Hello. Sorry, just doing a mic check. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Swapnali, we
Yes.
can hear you.
The voice is little bit faint, I believe.
Okay, no, not sure. Usually I don't face this, but don't know. Facing some issue with Zoom today.
Now it's clear.
Yeah,
Okay,
now
thank
it's
you.
clear. Yeah, we can start, Swapnali.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is in a good spirit and having a relaxing Sunday morning. Welcome to this meeting 120 of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I'm Swapnali, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmasters Club. So we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I would like to give a few instructions that we need to follow in the online meeting environment. I request all the speakers and role bearers to prefix their role to their name so that it's easy to identify them. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. Request the speakers to also confirm that they can see the timer card before starting the speech. I would request you not to type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking, as it disturbs the speaker. You can use a private chat to provide feedback. Do not click on share screens unless your speech role requires you to do so. You can display a high five or namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations on your speech being recorded, please let us know and we will pause the recording. Please turn off your cell phones or set them aside on silent mode while you are speaking. If you are a speaker, other times, anyways, you are all muted by the Zoom master. There are three ways of giving applause. If your video is on, you can clap. I'm sorry, have to keep it off, or it's just getting hang. So you can just imagine the gesture, or use the reaction button on your Zoom screen and click the clap option. And finally, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Misha D'Souza. With thunderous applause, let us welcome the VP Education of the club and the presiding officer for the meeting, TM Misha and TM Prashant, respectively. Over to you, Prashant.
Yeah, Misha, over to you for
Thank
bestowing
you,
the applause.
Prashant. Thank you,
Yeah,
Swapnali. Good morning and happy morning, everyone. I'm so delighted to be the presiding officer after such a long time. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all on this Sunday morning. I keep saying this because, trust me, it's a huge effort to actually get up on a Sunday morning and come for a Toastmasters meeting. In fact, do anything where you could just sleep or lie around or have a cup of tea at 11 or 12, whatever. But thank you so much, everyone, for being so sincere and so dedicated towards Toastmasters and also towards developing yourself and your public skills that you have taken the efforts to join us on a Sunday morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the Toastmaster of the Day, Prashant, with the theme exams, because exams, the moment we say exams, we all get that fear, even though we are adults and we are no more in school, but life is an exam, and we keep giving exams in some way or the other. When I was in school, I used to get examination fever. Sometimes it just feels this is just a term, but trust me, whenever I was in school, and be it final exams or preliminary exams or term exams, I always used to get examination fever. I don't know why, but this used to happen. So now I understand the plight of students who used to have examination fever. And even those who don't, I actually applaud your brevity, because you have been brave enough to not get examination fever and pass your examinations in flying colors. But I am really excited to see what Toastmaster Prashant has in store for all of us. And I would like to see all your point of views on how you take examinations in your life, whether it's education system or it's your life or anything that comes in your way. So without any further ado, let me now hand over the stage to our very sweet, our calm, patient, and very hardworking VP Education Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Misha, for your kind words. And so, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Uh, I am Prashant, and I'm taking a TMOD role for the first time. And I'm sure that the theme I have chosen today will relate to every one of you present at this meeting. So before I start, I would like to show you an interesting video. I am sharing my screen. Is everyone able to see it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Please take your seat.
What exam?
This is your leaving certificate. It's very important.
What subject? English? Maths?
Geogronomics.
What?
Paper 2.
But I've never
You
heard-
mean you haven't studied for geogronomic science, French?
No, this is your life we are talking about, Neil.
You didn't forget your log tables, Maguire, did you?
Log tables.
The examination has now begun.
Where's my pen? You don't know it now, you'll never know it. Excuse me.
5 minutes remaining.
Excuse me, I can't write.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
I need more time. I need more time.
Every
So I'm sure everyone was able to relate to it some way or the other. And yes, I still get the similar nightmares from time to time. Such is the fear of exam in our hearts that even if it's been 15 years since I gave my last exam, I still get those nightmares about my last Sanskrit exam. And apart from that, the exams also bring a lot of emotions and experiences in our life. So who can forget like studying at the last moment in a state of nervousness just before the exam, or like going to your friend's house for studying and then doing everything else apart from studying, and your library room suddenly becoming the noisiest room in your school or college. And during the exams, when your friend asks for a supplement, you are surprised and you suddenly start checking if I have missed some important question. And lastly, like coming out of the exam hall and discussing those answers with your friends, and you realize that, okay, your answer was 250, but the correct answer was 0.025. So I'm sure you all must have had these good, bad, funny experiences with exams. So now I would like to throw open the stage for you all to share your exam experiences with us. If anyone would like to come forward.
Yeah, so I can start going. Just a second, I'm wait. So
Okay.
now I'll share my current scenario. What's it's going on? Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have my exams tomorrow. So it's a unit test. And see, here I'm attending a Toastmaster. Just wait, it's blur. Yeah, so here I'm attending a Toastmaster meeting, and here also side by side, I was just referring to some points. And this is my
Great.
notes. Yeah, so it's a type
Multitasking.
of multitasking going on for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so over to you, Toastmaster Prashant.
Okay. Anyone else who would like to share their experience?
Yeah, Rupesh here. So we used to have this invigilators, right? The teacher who would be standing in the exam hall, and now some teachers were famous for being very strict, and some teachers were known for being lenient. So all the kids used to pray that for the difficult paper, the lenient one comes in, and the class in which strict teacher used to come from the first minute they knew that okay, the paper is gone now. So that used to be interesting conversation in school times.
Okay. Yeah, great. Anyone else?
I would go next. I'm not
Okay.
sure how many of you all have tried all these tricks and trade, So this generally happens when we have MCQ questions. We try to create a new language just outside the examination hall. If option A, then what to do? If option B, then what to do? If option C, then what to do? And if option D, what to do? And then everyone, tries to learn the language and then use that so that at least the MCQs are correct. Then we have a different language. If there's a true or false examination, you need to know what is true, what is false, and you need to ensure that invigilators don't get to know. But as Krupesh mentioned, there are certain times when you have some real strict invigilators and your language goes for a toss. But that was fun, that was creativity, that was invention at the last moment because of exam pressure.
Oh, great. That was really smart.
And honestly, that was out of box thinking in my view.
Yeah, that's where we get trained for these impromptu scenarios. Yeah. So anyone else would like to go forward?
Yeah, I can go next.
Yeah, sure.
So in the beginning, you mentioned that we used to go to friends' place for studying. I used to go just to collect the notes. Till last moment, I had this, I do not know why, but I had this, if I do not have all my notes ready, I'll be very uncomfortable. Doesn't matter if I get time to study everything or not, that's a different thing. But I'll make sure that I have notes from all the subjects and all the chapters. Second thing is like, I had a good incident. I was in 10th and I was little good in 10th. So during exams, my supplements used to keep on circulating in the entire class. And at the end, before we have to submit the paper, I used to find out where my supplements are. So, I got lots of thank yous also because I helped a lot of people there. Yeah. Then you mentioned about the dreams. Definitely, I still dream about my exams, and most of my dreams are like I have an exams tomorrow, and I do not know which paper it is. Yeah, that's from my side. Thanks.
Yeah, we have certainly seen scenarios where people sit like they're already sitting for the exam and they realize that it's not the same paper which they have studied for. And then again, sometimes they don't tell anything at their homes, and then at the time of actually when that paper is about to happen, they again study for the wrong paper. So yeah,
it's really surprising the way it gets into our subconscious mind. I still have become dreams related to exams. I do not know when these dreams will go away. It's more than 20 years I appeared for the exams, but it's insane. It's still the same.
Yeah, I can perfectly relate to that. Even I too suffer from that Sanskrit exam dream from time to time. Yeah. Misha, you wanted to go next?
Yes, actually what Ashwin just said, it has happened to me in real life. Like in school, it happened when I was in the 11th standard. It was a chemistry exam and it was a physics exam and I studied for chemistry, and I went, and when I got the question paper, I was like, Acha, physics के exam है, मैं तो chemistry पढ़ के आई हूँ, and this is real. And my mother got the shock of her life that her daughter isn't even aware what exam she is going for. So this has really happened to me, that too in 11th standard. And by God's grace, I just passed it because I didn't study it. But although it was a term exam, so it didn't matter much. But yes, this has happened. And there was one more thing which I used to do is like I'm kind of superstitious somewhere or the other. I don't know, a lot of people may or may not relate to it. But like in school or college, is like in college, like if you wear that particular color, which is a lucky color for that exam, you might get good marks. Or if you carry a particular pen or a pencil or a rubber or some nice thing, a lot of people carry souvenirs of religious souvenirs, like something
Yeah.
which is related to their, just because so that they think that they might get good marks. So this has happened to me, and people used to draw swastik on their papers to make sure that they pass. They won't write
Yeah.
properly, but they'll make sure they draw swastik at the beginning of the paper. I have seen this. My friends have
Yeah.
done this. So these are a lot of things that happen to a lot of people during exams, and eating dahi shakkar also before going for exams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, these are the things which I think a lot of people would relate to. And when you think of all these, one thing that comes to mind is exam hai isliye ho raha hai. That's it. So yeah, this is one
Yeah.
thing I wanted to share with you.
Yeah, thank you, Misha. Actually, my younger sister like had this experience that she studied for English and it was a maths paper. And then she was so afraid to tell this blunder in the house that then she again studied for English in the maths paper and failed in both. So we can all relate to these scenarios. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, Swapnali, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So unlike most of the people who used to become happy when the supervisor used to be lenient, I was exactly the other way around. The reason being, I used to be never who used to copy from others, but then my friends used to trouble me. They wanted to copy from my paper, so I used to be in fact happy if some strict person comes as a supervisor, so that I can peacefully focus on my paper and others won't trouble me. So mine is slightly different experience than others. That was it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, very well said, Swapnali. Yes. So if you are a studious like student and you have studied well, if you want nobody to disturb you, you need a strict supervisor, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now like I can see, okay, yeah, I can see Vishal has raised his hand. Yeah, yeah, Vishal.
I hope I am audible and visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's this one thing, since you're talking about exams, there's always this one question that always came to my mind. First, you used to get the full scapes or the answer sheet, right? And then everyone would write their names, their roll number, and everything. And there was maybe always this 5 minutes or 10 minutes after which we would get the question paper. And I used to always wonder, people used to take like scale and put those lines on both the sides of the full scape just to make it short so that they can write more. Sometimes I really wonder what's the rationale behind it, because honestly, like, there is something that always perplexed me. And they were the people who used to always, after 10 minutes, like going after the first supplement and filling those answer sheets like anything. Yeah, I mean, thinking about it now, it's really funny, but at that time sometimes you just look at other people doing it, so even you just follow it just blindly. So I thought it's quite funny.
Yeah, Vishal, even I have observed those students making margins on left and right side of the page. And same as you, I also never understood why they did that, because there were already left-hand margins on their page. But
Right.
yeah, there may be some purpose for like showing more lengthy answer sheets.
Yes.
I think so. Okay. Now, yeah, I can see Darshita has raised her hand. Yeah, Darshita.
Hello, actually, just how Shreyans told, he has his exams in CV. I have my exams going on right now. And I still have my paper
Okay.
tomorrow. So it's like, yeah, I have a paper, I have to study for the paper. And it's like it was the exam week. So yeah, and I just can relate to all what everyone is saying. It's like the late nights studying for the paper and getting up early and studying again. It's like no sleeps, like sleepless nights in the entire week.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yes. So yes, just remember like these experiences, you will one day you will laugh at these experiences and they will be like useful when you are at some position in your career or professional life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I just had one funny experience with my like exam where like I similar to what Ashwin said, like I used to help my friend to copy from my answer sheet, and I used to keep my answer sheet a bit hanging so that the one sitting behind me can see from it, and And like I used to, like in the MCQs, in the short answer questions, I just use these gestures like Brijesh mentioned. Like if the answer is 4, then I used to just sit this way and like I would like show them the like the 4 fingers, or like if the answer is 2, I'm showing this way. And one more funny incident had happened. Like my friend was copying from my answer sheet, and there was some question related to Second World War and Hitler, and like where was Hitler born? And he suddenly like he called me that, like he used to address me by my surname as we both shared the same name. So Busa, there is one mistake in your answer. I was like, yeah, what's the mistake? Because the spelling of Australia is wrong. So I was wondering like where did Australia come here? So I just checked, like it was Austria. And, I just told him like, man, please you focus on your copying, don't apply your brains here. Okay. So yeah, so this was my experience. And now moving ahead, now there is a small guessing game where I will be showing you some images, and you need to guess like so these people just 1 or 2 days before the exam, what are the thoughts going on in their mind based on those images. So based on their faces and gestures. So I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, so anyone can try this.
I think I can relate to this pretty much because whenever exams
Yeah.
arrived, when I was in school, people, the sitting arrangements were such that we were made to sit. People of 2 classes were made to sit together. Okay, so one person of higher classes, one person from primary or something like that. So whenever the kids used to copy, I would just look at them like this and ask them to not to copy. And I would just call the invigilator and say, "Sir, ma'am, this boy is copying. This is not fair seat." So yeah, I can relate to this.
Yeah, that's correct, Arba. So this gesture is of a confident person who has studied actually well and is not afraid of the exam, and he's wondering why others are getting so scared. So yeah. So going to the next image. Anyone wants to give it a try?
Is this something wherein you've studied for some particular question and that has come and you are like happy that yes, this has come, I know this particular answer?
Yeah, that is correct. But there is also a slightly different view to this. Like it's a mischievous smile. So maybe this person has like he is up to some big mischief, or he has some grand plans for copying or cheating in the exam, or like he has he's so confident that yeah, I'm going to do it. So so that's the emotion here. And yeah, going to the next one.
I'd like to go for this one.
Yeah, sure. Is it Darshita?
It's like the person who is like, please give me the answers. I don't know the answers to this question. It's like that. And it's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and like I watched this show, and it's like a very fun show. And Terry is like, just please. It's like, give me the answers. I don't know anything. I'll just fill in the paper.
Correct. Yeah. He's like begging for the answer, and like I don't know what's the answer. Please help me. So yeah. Okay. Going to the last one.
This I feel is somebody who has studied well and is being bugged by all the backbenchers or all those who have not studied, and they're like, why don't you go and study? Don't stop bugging me. Let me write my exam. So this is what I feel is her reaction or her expression about.
Or else, if someone has promised you that he or she will show you the answer, but they keep on writing on their exam and directly neglected you. So that's the base.
Shreyas, is this what you're saying? Is this based on true incidents?
No, because I'm the one who is the writing, and these are all
This expression is also to the teacher who, previously there was a plan that we will be sitting behind each other, but then suddenly the plan is changed. And then this look is for the professor or the invigilator, right? That, oh, what did you do now? And what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Tarik, that's an interesting answer actually. Yeah, you were so assured that some studious student is sitting in front of me or near me, and then suddenly you come to know that that the sitting position has changed. Yeah.
Or maybe you studied for science and it was a maths paper.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that can also be the case here. Yes, true. Yeah, interesting perspective here. So moving ahead now. So starting with the proceedings of the meeting now. The meeting is divided into three parts. First part will be the prepared speech section, and the second part is our table topics, and the last section will be our general evaluation. So now we will start with our first section, which is prepared speeches. And before that, I would like to call upon our tag team to explain about their roles and give us the guidelines. And first, I would like to call upon our grammarian, who is one of the best grammarians in our club, Toastmaster Misha, to give us grammarian guidelines. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prashant, for these kind words. Good morning, everyone. Grammar is not a set of rules. It is something inherent in the language, and language cannot exist without it. It can be discovered, but not invented. If you think punctuation is not important, try forgetting the comma when you tell someone, I'm sorry, I love you. Grammar is the difference between knowing your mistake and knowing you are a mistake. Now that it is conspicuous how vital grammar is, let me now go ahead and share about my role. Happy morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. My name is Nisha D'Souza, and I will be the grammarian for today. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of not so correct usage of English language, as well as examples of good usage. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce you to the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is veracity. V-E-R-A-C-I-T-Y. Conformity with truth or fact or accuracy is what it means. An example of using the word in a sentence is, the responsibility of a grammarian is to determine the veracity of the language used in the meeting. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage uses the word of the day in the right context, I would request the audience to give a silent thumbs up or snap their fingers as the mark of appreciation. I will mention the word of the day in the chat box for your reference and usage, and I encourage all of you to use it as often as possible. I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Prashant.
Thank you, Misha. And now the question which I had prepared for you today is surprisingly the same one which you had talked about earlier about the superstitions. So in some way, I read your mind. So the question for you I had was like, have you ever had any superstitions for your exam, like a lucky pen, a lucky dress, or something like that?
Yes, absolutely. I have a lot to share, but I'll share one. In my final exams, we used to have seven subjects, 7 exams. So I used to feel, I had read somewhere in those horoscopes that pink is my lucky color. So I managed to wear 7 pink dresses for 7 exams in my college to make sure I get good marks. So yes, that is the truth. And it was discussed everywhere in the college that I have done this, because nobody does all these things, but I used to do it. So I actually did that. So I wore 7 pink dresses for 7 exams. So yes, that is one superstition, an anecdote of my superstition regarding examinations.
Great. Yeah, great one. So did it work? Did your exams go well?
It actually worked, not much, but yeah, it did. And I look good, so that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I also came across these superstitions like when I was in my hostel, and I used to visit rooms to rooms of like seeing the people studying for their exams. So there was one doctor who like who was, I mean, pursuing his MBBS, and he had this superstition that the chapters which I study at last, only they appear for the exams. Only these questions come for the exam. So what he used to do, like he used to keep a specific time for all the important chapters and used to study for it only at the last moment so that it comes in the exam. That's another funny superstition. So with that, I would like to call upon our counter, who is already a confident speaker, Toastmaster Krupesh, for the our counter guideline.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest, my role as our counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by speakers and role bearers. The sounds includes 4 types: filler sounds like filler phrases like so that, you know, repeat sounds, and unnecessary long pauses. The use of these filler sounds and crutch word obstruct the smooth flow of the speech, can be irritating to the listeners, and decrease the overall value of the speech. Therefore, our counter takes note of these crutch words and filler sound so as to help speaker become aware of them and try to minimize their usage in the next speeches. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krupesh, for the counter guidelines. And I have a question for you. Have you ever failed in your tests or examinations, and how was that experience?
2 times, actually. So, like Swapnali mentioned, and like Arbaz also, I think, hinted, I was one of those who was good at studies and exams and used to score high. That's why I myself had great expectation from myself, and people around me also had great expectations. And tragedy struck in 6th standard when painting was made a compulsory subject. And now I have trained on all the typical subjects of math, science, and history, and except drawing squares and circle and filling them with the pen, that's where my skill. That was the peak of my skills as far as painting was concerned. And so I failed the exam, but thankfully there were many like me in the traveling in the same boat. So we went to the painting teacher and requested that, okay, at least give us 35 marks, which was the passing mark at that time. And so all the great painters like us were given 35 marks, and we passed the exam. So yeah, that's the only time I bunked the test.
Yeah. Yeah, Krupesh, I can also relate to this. I was really bad at painting, and the last time I had this subject was in my 9th, like where I also scored exactly 35 marks out of 100, and I still remember that question, the drawing which we had to make, like a rabbit, the story of a rabbit and a lion, where the rabbit makes lion look into the well, and you need to like create the image of a lion as well as the real lion. So actually, my lion looked like a rabbit, and my rabbit looked like a snake. That is completely different. Okay. So now I would like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Brijesh, who is a pro role player and our former VP Education, to give us our timing guidelines.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant, for those complimenting adjectives against my name. Good morning, everyone. Today, I am your timer. As timer, my role is to allow prepared speakers express their thoughts within stipulated amount of time. To help me perform my duty, I'll have 3 sets of color cards. Give me a minute. I'll share my screen. So I'll have 3 set of color cards. Green card, which indicates qualifying time. Yellow card, which indicates target time. So that's the green card. Then that's the yellow card. And then finally, we have the red card, which indicates the maximum time. And for today, we have 2 prepared speeches. One is icebreaker and another is a prepared speech. So for icebreaker, I'll show the green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes. For a prepared speech, I'll show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. We have a grace period of 30 seconds on either side for both the speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Now I have a question for you. So do you think exams have helped you in any way in your job or career or your day-to-day activities?
Yes, I would say exams have definitely helped me. So there are certain subjects, which are actually applicable in your real life environment. Something as simple as mathematics. Like while a lot of us, feel that school subjects in school are not that important, but I can tell you, if you're preparing for engineering, if you're preparing for MBA or any other entrance exam, the math you learn up to your standard 8 or standard 10, and if you're very good at that, you can crack a lot of entrance exams pretty easily. So that has helped me a lot.
True, that's true, Toastmaster Brijesh. So that is a different thing, that I was really weak in maths, and I used to ask my parents and friends to pray for me that day when there was a maths exam. So now let's get started with our first prepared speech. Before that, I would like to call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Ashwin, to give us the details about Darshita's icebreaker speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. So today, Toastmaster Darshita would be giving her icebreaker speech. This speech is to introduce oneself to the club and also learn the basic structure of public speaking. Timer has already given the timing guidelines. It's 4 to 6 minutes. Yeah, over to you, Prashant. All the best, Darshita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. So I also have a question for you. So, have you ever gone for prayers just before your exam results? And do you think it made any difference and altered your marks?
Yes, blessings are always required. And I think with hard work, you need grace as well. So yes, I definitely, but I'm not that type of person who would sit in front of God and join hands and pray. I'll just pray in mind. I'm a lazy guy in offering praise. So yeah, but yeah, I always pray to God that at least whatever I learned, the questions that I prepared should come in the exam. And if I'm lucky, somebody who is very intelligent or smart should be sitting in front of me so that I get enough chance to copy.
Yeah,
this reminds me of one of the movie by Amir Khan. Somebody used to pray before God saying that I'll give you 100 rupees if you pass me in
it's
exam.
PK. Yeah.
Yeah, PK.
Yeah.
Right.
So suddenly the crowd at the temple start to increase when exams are near. Everyone is praying to God to bless them. Okay, so now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Darshita, who has taken this brave decision to go for her icebreaker speech. So Toastmaster Darshita, metamorphically maneuvering. Toastmaster Darshita, metaphorically maneuvering. Over to you.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. So Shall I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So let's just start the speech. Okay. 15th August 2017. It was Independence Day and I was part of the celebration. I was selected to give a speech on behalf of the higher secondary section. Everything was decided. I was prepared and the rehearsals were in order. And it was the final day. I was called up on the stage and I was the first person to start the speech section. I started my speech with enthusiasm. Everything was going well. And then I saw a person making faces in the audience. And I froze. I stopped in the middle and there was a pin drop silence. Everyone was waiting for me. I was nervous and I knew I had done something very wrong. But still, I resumed and kept going. There were other speeches that day. One of a fourth standard boy who gave a very nice speech. It was gracious and moving. I felt very bad that day. I never was good at public speaking and I wanted to prove otherwise. So I decided to give a speech on that day. But I failed. Fast forward to Independence Day 2019. I was invited as a chief guest for securing first rank in my school in 10 board examinations. And again, I was supposed to give a speech as a guest of honor. This time, I gave a speech, I didn't fumble, and it was good. A couple of my friends were there that day just to see how I spoke in front of the entire school. The entire day is a blur to me till date, but the incident and the words of my friend are still engraved in me. Good morning, everyone. My name is Darshita Nyawada. I'm 19 years old, an undergraduate, the eldest daughter, a person with anxiety and not so good communication skills. To start by telling something about myself, I was a straight A student in high school. I was the taluka topper, the school topper in 10th examination, and I secured the highest score in science subject. I then started my JEE journey. I failed and I couldn't clear the examination. I then appeared for numerous private college examinations. I secured my current college, which is NMIMS. It was a tumultuous journey, and it wasn't as plain as it sounds. It was just like being on a ship during a storm. It was kind of unpredictable. I couldn't have prepared myself for what I was going through or what I would face, and it left its fair share of damages. But my life isn't as grey as it sounds. It's filled with the magic of Harry Potter, the smell of the books, and the spirit of Queen Mother Taylor Swift. I've grown up while listening to pop songs, watching Disney, and thinking of wanting to be a Barbie princess. Joe March is my ideal. Zendaya is the coolest person, I think so, and Wonder Woman is my secret crush. Public speaking and communication are some things I've always struggled with. I have an issue of speaking very fast, and sometimes it happens the person doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. And to explain myself, I take the help of metaphors. For a person who has issues with conveying myself, I take the help of metaphors. It's like they help me in conveying what I want to tell. To give an example, one day I was talking to a friend and they asked me how I was feeling. I didn't know how to explain it, but then I saw a painting of mine flowing through a glass in the hands of a woman, and I knew how to express myself. I used the wine, the colors of the painting, the flow of the cloth to express how I was feeling. The metaphor of the painting helped me maneuver my way to express myself. For another instance, I was sitting with my friends, and to express to them how important they are to me, I used the concept of herbs. It is basically a topic in the subject of computer networking in engineering, and I used it to explain them how they are to me the way herb is for the computers. And so metaphors are a part of my life. And whenever I am stuck, I take the help of metaphors to express myself, and gladly it helps me. I've always wanted to improve my communication skills. From trying to give a speech on Independence Day to joining Toastmasters, it's been a journey. I never had a stage fright. I actively participated in competitions and cultural activities. But the incidents of stopping in front of the entire school on Independence Day gave me the stage fright till today, and I haven't been able to overcome it. In my Toastmasters journey, I plan to overcome this and better myself so that metaphors are the only tools in my pocket when it comes to expressing myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshita. That was quite a flawless speech. And let us all give a standing ovation to Darshita as she is giving her icebreaker speech.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Arbaz, who is a fantastic speaker already. And before that, I would like to invite his evaluator, Shreyan, to give his speech details.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Shreyan.
Okay, so my speaker Toastmaster Arbaz will be giving his level 2 project 1 speech. And the purpose of the speech is to remember to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. And also is for the members to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The speech title is C-type leader and the speech length will be 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best, Toastmaster Arbaz. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Prashant.
Thank you, Shreyansh. Now I have a question for you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So why do you think students cheat in exams?
Okay, so firstly, for cheating means like taking some phones or cheat papers or like this, or just asking some friends about you just show me this answer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, more in the aspect of copying from others. Or
Okay, yeah. So I guess there is always a I guess insecurity that, oh, what if happens if I fail? What will my parents do? What will be the society will be thinking that if I fail? So they all take, I guess, a simpler part that rather I should take a cheats and maybe I can refer them further. And for the part being, if ask for asking a friend for a question that give me answer for this, give me answer that, I don't consider it as cheating. I consider it as helping. And of course, you can help your friends. So whoever is in need, please help them. Don't judge. Ghost them. Yeah. And Baki, moving on to the next part, that taking phone to the exams and chits and all, I don't think so that it's a good habit, because once you started doing it, then it will really get a habit to it, and once if you are caught, then it not only does put down all your reputation and everything, but it also means it's then the real factor will come there. What will the society will be thinking that, oh my God, that this guy cheated in all his exams and everything. Yeah, so that's from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Shreyan. That's quite true. There is a lot of pressure on the students, like from the parents, sometimes as well as from the society. So yeah. So now I would like to invite Toastmaster Arbaz for his L2P1 speech. C-type leader, Toastmaster Arbaz. Toastmaster Arbaz, C-type leader. Over to you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Arbaz.
Okay. Just try to look around and you may find examples of diversity. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Diversity is the law of nature. Just consider this Toastmaster format. Every speaker speaks with a different style. Everyone has got a different hairstyle, indeed. Just like that, diversity is in everything. So can leadership, which is considered as the bedrock of every working professional's life, be free from diversity or differences? A big no. There are different styles of leadership, such as autocratic, altruistic, bureaucratic, democratic, all sorts of matic, automatic. But the bottom line is, every style has got a different approach to appeal to a team. With the paucity of time at my disposal, I'll just share some nuances about my primary leadership style, which is a relatively new style in the battered and besplattered history of management studies, C-type leadership. During my college days, I desperately felt this heavy need of improvising upon my leadership style. And this opportunity was readily available by me joining the NCC unit of my college. Upon joining, I came to this realization that forget about learning, I may even forget what I already knew, because there was this very, very serious problem lurking around: poor leadership. And as the saying goes, An empty mind is a devil's workshop. Likewise, an organization sans a good leader is a classic case of a devil's paradise. Back then, the unit was led by Ajay, the devil, who was more like an autocratic or dictator type of a leader, so much inclined towards punishing people, even for minuscule mistakes of them, due to his sordid mentality. This translated into frustration buildup, and soon the frustration buildup found its vent into prospective cadets leaving the unit, as no one likes to be beaten up, right? Later on, the unit transcended itself into a downward spiral. There was no hope. And the unit was even on the verge of closing down due to poor strength. From what was before 52 was now reduced to somewhere around 10 to 12 cadets. Exactly then, Ajay was removed, obviously due to piling complaints, and I was asked to take over the leadership of this sick unit. It was like a moment of opportunity. I felt myself as the man of the moment. The opportunity came to me as a low-hanging fruit, ready to be plucked out, and I grabbed it like a sneaker. But it was easier said than done, as it was an uphill task. Ajay's brutal style had already made its devastating imprints on the unit. Many people had already left, and the few remaining were devoid of any expectations of learning. They were just there for the sake of getting a certificate. I knew this thing, that before I began leading them, I had to devise a unique approach that would suit the needs of this sick unit, as I could not afford to commit the horrors done by Ajay. I discovered a relatively unique style, C-type style. Here, the C stands for coaching type leadership. Here, the leader does the same work as the coach would do. That is to invest time in someone so that they can develop and improvise their skills and other things so that they can reach that pinnacle soon. But as I decided to start with this leadership style, as I found it out, there were two preconditions that I had to ensure before starting with this. First, time. Because change of any sort cannot simply take place overnight. There has to be some time given to it. And second thing, the team or the group you're leading should be willing to learn and develop. I had the first point, I had time for about a year, but the second point was missing. Because that time, a leader was construed more or less like a barbarian figure, and people were unfaithful of my leadership because they were quite apprehensive. First thing first, I understood that I had to build rapid reputation and respect. How did I do it? Any guesses? That's another C, communication. I went about rapidly transforming Ajay's strict top-down order with a flexible two-way order, wherein I made myself approachable easily, and I encouraged people to come forward to me directly to share any opinions that they had about the unit. And through this two-way communication, I also gave them my constructive feedback and made them realize how important was their role for the unit's overall success. This made me tide over their setbacks. Communication is the pillar of this type of a leadership. But does communication alone can do the trick? No. As I had motivation of all the people with strong goodwill on my side, I was ready to take off this club on a full throttle mode. But I had to fuel the plane. This fuel was supplied by a well-defined goal. Every goal has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It has to be clear and well understood by the people. My goal was to position my unit into a juggernautic force that would go about redefining the paradigms of unity and discipline amongst all the colleges. But despite motivation and goal, there was still one thing that was sticking around. And I was well aware that this could make a reference to my overall strategy go topsy-turvy. Cadets were not on the same footing. I tried to bridge them. I tried to bring them on par with other cadets. This I encouraged one-to-one mentorship, wherein I took care of special emotional needs of every cadet and gave them some empathetic support. This culminated into a lot of expectations from me as a leader, and I was able to understand the strengths and weaknesses of every cadet well. For example, there was a person, Puneet, who wasn't attending the sessions just because he did not have a pair of shoes. I just gave him a pair of shoes and they did the trick. Likewise, a proper understanding of strengths and weaknesses and the conditions of the people will make you so robust in your self-awareness, and you will gain an emotional intelligence of such sort that you can tide over any challenges. After intense amount of hard work and intense rounds of painstaking efforts, our unit backed the best unit award amongst all the colleges in Mumbai. We were now juggernauts on almost all the known parameters. And this I was able to achieve by channeling the strength and power of my C-type leadership, coaching style leadership. What type of leader are you? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arbaz. As usual, it was a fantastic speech. And we are starting to expect more and more fantastic speeches from you. It has become a habit now. And now we would like to move to the next section of our meeting, that is the table topic section. And before that, I would just like to have a small debate, and I need two volunteers to come up, please. You can raise your hand to the Zoom.
I can go.
Yeah, so Shreyansh is one, and Amit. Okay, we have Amit. So let me just a sec. I'll just spotlight both of you. Okay. So you have 3 minutes, and Toastmaster Amit has to speak in the favor of exams, that why exams are important and they are good. And Toastmaster Shreyansh has to debate against the exam, like the cons of the exam. Okay. So I will be timing it.
Can we start?
Yeah, you can start. Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible and visible?
Yes. Yes, Amit.
So exams are very important for the student or for anyone. Without exam, there is no parameters to go for the next class or anything. For students, exams are very important.
Yeah,
Okay.
so conflicting to that point, I want to add that indeed exams are very important, but at some fields this doesn't apply at all. Because since considering my field only, since I'm a computer engineer, and if you are giving a computer engineer to write theory papers rather than giving them on experience on the computer, then what's the main focus? Still, we have to write whole lengthy 80 marks paper and all those etc. Because there is no relevance, because the
So
companies that come to
Shreyansh,
our
so Shreyansh, as an engineer, you only said you are as an engineer. So as an engineer, you also know. So engineers are studying only during the exam. So when they have the exam, they are studying. So without exam, they'll not study at all. So exams are important. So you'll not become the engineer unless you have exams.
Yeah, but continuing to that point, that yes, indeed, we only study a day before exams, but the thing we are studying, actually we are not applying it in real life, because you see that many companies like anything like Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, they all come, they don't ask us upon that what did you did in database connectivity, etc. Indeed, they'll ask you as upon important subjects like operating system, computer networks, etc. But so my main point is to let's study only those subjects which are just important to for the basis of the companies that we are targeting, and not writing theory papers of all those subjects.
So I'm
Yeah.
not agree with this point, Shreyansh, because exams, unless the exams are there, you will not get your result. So when you got the result, that's the first parameter to get qualified for any of the companies in interview, right? You can show your talent and your experience only once you qualify to get that. And for that, you need that result of exam, right?
Yeah,
So
but
exams are again important to further to result and to get qualified in the company.
yeah, but instead of doing it in the old-fashioned theory way, can't we just shift it to more practical way, where we have to apply our own knowledge rather than just studying and mugging up all the answers and etc. Because where what I think that applying because applying all the solution to a particular problem is more effective rather than mugging up all the big 10 marks answer and just writing it down. Because application will be more useful in the future rather than mugging up. Yeah.
So that's one point, but exams are important to for the milestone. Unless you have that date, so exams are what that particular date. Unless you have that schedule in your mind, you'll not study. So again, like when you have your exams, you have, and exams are not the only thing for who will teach which teaches you about the practical aspects, but exams are something which gives you like to understand the pressure and to deal with the pressure, right? So it's not always important to apply in the practical aspect, but also as a whole, like some cheating in the exams and how to appear, how to deal with the pressure, how to schedule yourself, routine. These are things will not be possible unless you have exams.
Yeah, so yes, I fully agree with that point. But there's also another conflicting point that since I've seen the children in 10th standard in the ninth standard are studying all these big books because the education system in abroad is very different in here in India. Because what they do is they apply practical learning to their all of their subject, which also increases the students' interest towards a particular subject. Yeah, so if maybe we can also increase some of the practical knowledge to a particular subject, also keeping theory, but lowering the theory and increasing the practical knowledge more. Because at the end, what matters is the practical knowledge. No theory will come to you. And if I ask you that what is this, will you be able to answer that what you studied 10 years back, rather than applying more practical knowledge, rather than applying to that particular problem? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
practical is also.
Sorry, Amit. So we are over time by 1 minute already.
Yeah, it was a good session. Maybe
Good
we can
session.
take
Yeah,
only
very. Yeah, we can
yeah.
have a separate debate on this. Yeah, so
Yeah.
very insightful discussion by both of you. Thank you very much, and we learned many new points from both of you.
Thank you,
And
Prashant.
Yeah, Toastmaster Amit was a tough competitor indeed.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
really defended the exams very well, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
So okay, so before we move on to our next session, I would like to welcome our newly joined Toastmaster Pratik, who has joined late today in the meeting. And Pratik, would you like to introduce yourself and let us know how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a moment. I've joined from my phone. I'm just struggling a bit with my network.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. I'm Pratik. And yeah, so I've officially joined Toastmasters from this week onwards. Last week I did attend one of the meetings of this Toastmasters club. So a couple of years back, I had a privilege to attend Toastmasters, say 4 or 5 years back, when I was also even at that point of time on a journey of self-improvement and getting to know more about public speaking. But over the years, I've been trying different activities, and finally, I think the life has come full circle where I have finally taken a step to get into Toastmasters. Again, the motive remains the same. I think building my communication skills, interpersonal skills. That is the main agenda. While at the same time, I'm also looking forward to build upon a few friendships and a few good working relationships with some of the members in the club as well. And on professional side, I'm working as a project manager for one of the banking companies. And I'm looking forward to take inputs from this club and apply it in both my professional and personal life as well. Presentation, the speech as in my growth journey. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pratik. That was a very nice introduction, and best of luck for your Toastmasters journey. And we want to see you soon giving your icebreaker speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, so as we saw the debate between Amit and Shreyan, so there are both pros and cons for exams. So just uh, to kind of conclude it, so the pros we can say that the exams they give you a kind of aim so that you are pushed to your limits to perform and give your best, and it imbibes a spirit of competition within you, and like it helps, and there are other advantages as we all know it, like the good marks in your exams helps you in your career, and it gets translated into good job placements, and the exams like our CA, medical engineering, and our UPSC or other competitive exams, they are all like helping you to make your career and earn a living out of it. And also this exam anxiety which we face here kind of trains us for the future stress situations at your office. And coming to disadvantages, I can say like it surely becomes a source of stress and anxiety, and it can lead to health problems like headaches or vomiting, and sometimes because of too much competition you can break your friendship with your best friends, or like there is also a tendency of suicides and going into depression, and we keep on hearing about like students committing suicide at Kota, or like as I am from Gujarat, I very well know that there is a police deployment at a Kakaria Lake in Ahmedabad, just to prevent the students from committing suicide during their 10th and 12th exam results. I'm sure Ashwin may be aware about this. Uh, yeah, so it's a balanced thing. It's like depends on your attitude how you look at it. And with this, let's move on to the next section of our meeting, which is the table topic section. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Brijesh to start with the table topic. Over to you, Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant. A very good afternoon, everyone. Prashant has already warmed up people with an interesting debate. Now we went through a couple of good prepared speeches in today's session. But in real life, do you always get an opportunity to prepare before speaking? Definitely not. Say you are in a meeting and your boss asks for your opinion. You are at a social gathering and your friends or your family want you to speak on a particular topic. How would you feel during that time? Nervous? Probably even a bit afraid? The ability to speak in an impromptu fashion is a very vital skill if you want to improve your public speaking. And exactly why we have this section in our Toastmasters meeting called as table topic section. This gives you an opportunity to practice impromptu speaking in a friendly environment and improve your skills. In fact, I would also want to tell you during impromptu speaking, it is very important to maintain the veracity of your statements, as it will help you build confidence with your audience and trust as well. And with that, I also gave you a hint that you need to use the word of the day when you are speaking in an impromptu fashion. Please make use of it. Thank you. Now the table topic master Toastmaster Brijesh will call timer Toastmaster Brijesh to provide the timing guidelines. So for table topic section, we have 1 to 2 minutes. I'll show green card at 1 minute. I'll show yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and I'll show red card at 2 minutes. We have a 30-second grace period only at the higher end for table topic section. So you need to limit your speech within 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to qualify. So everyone, all the best for table topic section, and a show of hands. Also, this is a place where our guests or newly joined members can also participate.
Yeah, Brijesh, so sorry to interrupt. Just I will be launching the polls quickly for the best prepared speaker, and we can then immediately start with the table topic speaker.
Sure, Toastmaster Prashant. So just to interrupt, yes, both of them have qualified, so we can vote for both.
Yeah, thanks, Tejas.
Prashant, where do we click? I can see the screen, but I don't know where to.
Toastmaster
vote.
Krupesh, since you are the co-host, you won't be able to vote.
Am I a co-host?
Yes, I can see you as co-host. Maybe let me see if I can eliminate you as a host.
Okay.
Prashant, I guess only you can.
Yeah, let me do it.
Remove him from co-host. Yeah.
Yeah, I can also remove me from co-host.
Yes. Yeah, done.
Done. Thanks.
Okay, so we are done with our polls. And over to you, Brijesh. We can start with the table topic.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant. So yes, show of hands, I was able to see Toastmaster Darshita then. I'm not seeing anyone currently. Okay, we have Toastmaster Krupesh, we have Toastmaster Darshita. Okay, let's start with Toastmaster Krupesh. I'll also share my screen. So just give me a minute. Yes, so Toastmaster Krupesh, I'll go with you. The topic for you is exams promote cramming culture. Exams promote cramming culture. Toastmaster Krupesh, over to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all fellow Toastmasters. What is exam? Exam is evaluation of your work done, the topics you have studied, and whether you have understood the subject fully and would be able to apply the learnings or outcomes in the real life. That should be the real definition of exam. And what is the current exam structure that we all have gone through, as well as some of our younger fellow Toastmasters are undergoing right now? They talked about that they have to study the subject by heart, the things, big paragraphs, go to exam hall, sit there for 3 years, and write it down, everything what they remember. And what happens in the real life? Most of us are working in companies. You have access to Google. You need not remember the things. If you want to understand something, you can always ask Google or ask ChatGPT. So information is not the problem. Logic is what you will require in real life working in private companies or government working companies or working on any of the projects. So exams should be converted from cramming culture to something which evaluates your logic, your decision making process, your ability to read a complex problem, understand various factors behind it, evaluate different options, and then come up with the best optimum solution. So yes, I do agree exams today promote cramming culture, but which needs to change going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krupesh, for your thoughts. And I also agree with you that in today, at least in the today's day and age, exams are promoting cramming culture. Organization is able to help provide you with a Google and a assistant like ChatGPT. Focus should be more on application rather than rote learning and just memorizing the information. Thank you. Next, I'll give this opportunity to our very newly joined Toastmaster Pratik. Toastmaster Pratik, the topic for you is exams lead to focus on grades as against learning. Exams lead to focus on grades as against learning. Over to you, Toastmaster Pratik.
Yeah, hi. So yeah, the topic is exams lead to focus on grades as opposed to learning.
Exams lead to, yes,
Yeah,
that's the topic.
yeah. So yeah, I agree with this statement. The way our education system has been set up, and the way the previous Toastmaster also described, exams are a way of evaluating whether or not you're able to grasp the concepts and be able to apply it in your real life. um, I think the way the entire education infrastructure, the system has been set up is something that allows or makes our students focused more on the grades itself rather than getting the knowledge or the crux of the concepts that are being taught. We see a lot of people who focus specifically on rote learning just because it is rewarding at the end of how they get the grades. We've so Once I had graduated, I came across a lot of people who scored fairly well in their exams, but when it came to applying those concepts in real life, they faltered big time. And it's not only a disservice to, let's say, a person who's joined an organization to work on a specific role, but it's kind of a disillusionment towards your capability as well. So I think in the interest of both parties, the person who's learning, who should be able to gain an actual concept or to grasp the actual crux of the topic, and also on the other side of the story, who's at the receiving it, be it an employer or someone else, they should be also able to make the most of what they've studied on the basis of how they have been able to grasp concepts and not just on the basis of grades. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. You gave a pretty in-depth perspective on grades are not the only way, and today's examination actually leads you to focus on grades more as against learning. And I also agree to the statement you made. Today a lot of organization decide on the veracity of how skillful you are basis the grades, but they should also have some real life application tests to determine that. Next, we have Toastmaster Amit. So there are a lot of hand raises, so I'll come to everyone one by one. So please be patient. Yes, next we go to Toastmaster Amit. Toastmaster Amit, this is a good topic for you. The topic is, should open book exams be promoted? Should open book exams be promoted, Toastmaster Amit?
Thank you, Brajesh. Hope I am audible and visible. So exams are the veracity of our life. So your topic is about open book tests should be promoted or not. I would say yes, open book test should be promoted. The reason, when you are giving exams, so a lot of things you are mugging up, which are actually not important in your life. So mugging up of the formula, mugging up of formulas and the chemical reaction and formulas actually. So when you have the open book test, right, and if you know if your learning is perfect and you know how to apply your knowledge, I think that's enough for any of the exam. So I would say open book test will help all the students for their learning, to overcome their anxiety, because when you have not have open book test, lot of anxiety and pressure is there on the students. With the open book test, those anxiety and fear can overcome. And of course, without without having the knowledge of the subject, even the open book test will not help to the student. So I agree. And second, this concept of having open book test. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for your perspective. And I agree with you as well. We should promote open book tests. And one of your statements, which went pretty well with me, was if you've not studied or if you don't know, then even with an open book, you will not know how to use that information. And just to diverge a bit, but that's a pretty vital skill in today's world. There's something called as prompt engineering. So while everyone has chat GPT, if you don't know how to prompt that AI assistant, you will not be able to make the most beneficial use of it. So you should know how to leverage that as well. Next, we move on to Toastmaster Darshita. Toastmaster Darshita, the topic for you is focus of education should be to prepare you for life and not exams. Focus of education should be to prepare you for life and not exams. Over to you, Toastmaster Darshita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. And I suppose what you said that exams should prepare us for life or exams, it's like it's true because when we study for exams, like now my exams are going on. What I'm studying right now is like it's just for the exam. But there's two
Sorry.
topics. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. The topic was focus of education should be to prepare you for life and not exams. I repeat, focus of education should be to prepare you for life and not exams.
Okay.
I'll just reset the timer. Yeah.
Shall I start? Okay. So yeah, the focus of education should be for the life and exam, and it is true because what education I'm getting right now, what I've learned and studied in my past years, all of which some part of it it helps me in my life, but some part of it was just for rote learning, just to pass the exam. And there's few topics which I learned in even now, which are like they are not going to be used by me, but there are some topics which are going to be used by me in my future in my career. So I do support the thing that education should be for life, because whatever we are learning, whatever we are studying, it is so that it can help us in the career. If what we are studying it doesn't help us in any way, then what is the use of it? It's just a waste of time. But what we are studying right now, if it helps us in the life, it just that is what life is, right? Life is about learning and then applying it. And education, the main reason for education is so that we can learn things, we can understand how things happen, and we can get to learning, the knowledge, the wisdom of it. So yes, I do think that education is important for life rather than exams. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not able to hear you, Toastmaster Darshita. Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah, Brijesh.
Okay.
Brijesh,
There is some network problem.
she was clear actually, so maybe something at your end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably I have some network issue. Thank you, Toastmaster Darshita. I kind of have a slight disagreement with that statement, honestly. While what you mentioned is correct, that focus should be to prepare you for life and not exams, but I feel there are certain subjects, there are certain things which may not help you directly, but they kind of form the base for other things in life, and that is why that is also important. That's a slight disagreement which I have with the statement. Otherwise, your thoughts were pretty clear. Next, we have Toastmaster Arbaz. So Toastmaster Arbaz, the topic for you is due to exams, extracurricular activities take a backseat. Due to exams, extracurricular activities take a backseat. Toastmaster Arbaz.
First of all, good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, Table Topic Master, for giving me a wonderful topic on a silver plate. First of all, the mother of all extracurricular activities happens to be discourse. And life science discourse is unworthy of a man, said Socrates, who happened to be one of the most important founding fathers of Western philosophy. Because discourse is important in everything. Let's try to understand this thing by taking example of nature. Today we are facing an issue with nature, wherein we are talking so much about solutions, but nothing is being implemented on the ground. Why is it so? Because of our corrupted belief systems. And the fundamental purpose of extracurricular activities along with exam is to shape those belief systems. For example, if a child is spending time amidst nature, then also he is scrolling Instagram, is not immersing himself fully into the nature. So this way he continue to remains isolated from the innate beauty of the nature. So likewise, extracurricular activities play a very fundamental role in ushering that spirit of questioning everything, in making you believe that you can question things. And questioning is something which is considered to be the beauty of intellectuals. Just now, Women's Reservation Bill was introduced in the parliament, and it saw 2 people voting against that bill. I have a high regard for Toastmasters protocol, so politics aside, but still, the point that I'm trying to make here is discourse and disagreements and extreme viewpoints sometimes happen to be beauty of intellectuals, and these need to be nurtured. This is the best way to develop and change our belief systems and find solutions to the most pressing problems that we are surrounded with today, nature being one of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arbas. That was a pretty different take on extracurricular activities. And I do agree with one aspect of you. Everyone today is so glued to mobile phones that they are not in the moment, while they are doing something. Like you're watching a cricket match, but you're still there on WhatsApp, on Instagram, doing something, or probably you are watching a movie or a sitcom and you're again glued to your phone. So that's pretty nicely put. Just give me a moment, guys. I'll stop sharing. Yeah, I'll reshare my screen. Next, we have Toastmaster Shreyansh. So Toastmaster Shreyansh, this will be an interesting topic for you. What's your take on gamification of exam? And like, if you don't know what gamification means, I can just give you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah. So what's your take on gamification of exam? What's your take on gamification of exam, Toastmaster Shreyansh? Over to you.
Firstly, thank you for such a wonderful topic, Toastmaster Vijesh. I really wasn't thinking that I would get something related to gamification. Yeah. So moving on, firstly, yes, I fully agree with the point of gamification of each and every exam, because since when we are child, I guess from first standard we start giving our exams. I guess it's an compulsory curriculum in a part of our lifetime till first standard until the time you can graduate. Yeah, so it will be a good habit that if we apply gamification at the start of the level 1 only, like so gamification, just let me tell you what just gamification means, that it's doing thing with some time of gamified way. Just like if you have seen, there are some many rewards and some GPay rewards also, that you have to play some games. Like there was a GPay game that you have to collect and build all of your houses, and on the basis of that they will be giving you some of the rewards. So this is gamification of something. Yeah, and by doing gamification of quiz, like by creating some levels, and if you are a level 1, you have to study this chapter, and when you are completed it, when you are given the exam, then you can move on to the next level by showing some games, graphics and everything, because this will not only keep children also interactive way, but they can also be intrigued to your curriculum, and yes, they will be showing interest to all the subjects they have been learned. So yeah, I think that gamification of learning should be a part of our current education system. Over to you, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreyansh, for beautifully explaining what gamification is and your thoughts on why it should be there. I completely agree with you. In fact, I'm a very big fan of gamification, not just in exams, but in a lot of things, because gamification, kind of makes the learning exciting. It also incentivizes you. So I heard a couple of thoughts, that I've prepared for exams, so I'm always happy a strict invigilator comes. What happens with gamification is you get incentivized, and that motivates you to learn skills.
Yeah, sure. Fully agree.
Next, we have Toastmaster Vishal. So Toastmaster Vishal, I'll just note the time for Toastmaster Shreyansh. Just give me a minute. Yeah, the topic for you is there should be continuation evaluation of skills versus conducting annual examinations. The topic is there should be continuous evaluation of skills versus conducting annual examinations. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for this wonderful topic. Yes, I believe skill set is something which is very critical in these days. Technology, as we all know, is changing very rapidly, and not just technology, but even other aspects of life, be it how we interact with each other on social media and everything. So it's always good to keep on top of the latest skill set. And in a way, it also helps you to be a lifelong learner, because that's what really life is all about. A lot of times we just learn a particular skill set and just think that, hey, I'm done, I will just use the same skill set throughout my course of life, or whatever you call it. But it's very critical and it's very important to keep enhancing your skills, keep an eye out for what's new. It also keeps your mind engaged in learning new things. You get to interact with new people, you get to share your ideas, hear their perspectives, and kind of rationalize to uh, like you know make sure that you are making a really good judgment, which will really help to keep yourself on top of things. And yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. I'll hand it over back to Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. That was a pretty interesting take on how the evaluation should be. And I agree with a lot of points which you mentioned. So with that, everyone, I'll conclude my table topic section. And while concluding, I'll just paraphrase it this way. We can rightfully claim ourselves to be skilled public speaker only when we have the veracity to articulate our thoughts in an impromptu fashion. So please keep on practicing impromptu speaking. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brijesh, for this wonderful table topic section, as well as double hatting it along with the timer role also. So now we would like to move on to the last leg of our meeting, which is the general evaluation, where like we all will get evaluated as per how we perform today in our respective exams. So for this, I would like to invite our veteran and our club secretary, Toastmaster Vishal, to start with the general evaluation. And over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Prashant. Before we move on to the general evaluation section, I would like to check up on Toastmaster Brijesh regarding the timer. If he has a timing report of the table topics ready, maybe we can just launch the polls as well.
Sure, Toastmaster Vishal. I'll just share my screen. While I don't have a spreadsheet, I have a notepad file. I'll just share it. Just give me a minute. Yes, so I'm sharing my screen, and all the table topic speakers have qualified. Toastmaster Krupesh took 1 minute 48 seconds. Toastmaster Pratik took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Amit took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Darshita took 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Arbas took 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Shreyans took 1 minute 42 seconds. And Toastmaster Vishal took 1 minute 47 seconds.
Great. So everyone qualifies. So maybe we can launch the polls. If not now, maybe a bit later as well. And since Toastmaster Brijesh, if you can walk through the well, actually, let me first explain the general evaluation part, and then I'll come back to you for the speech evaluation timing guidelines. All right. Okay, so we have the polls. So I'll just give it a few seconds for everyone to give their votes. All right. So
we are done with the polls.
Okay.
Yeah, Vishal, you can continue.
Perfect. Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. So as a general evaluator, I have 3 duties to perform. First, I'll call upon the speech evaluators to give feedback for the prepared speeches that we had today. We had 2 wonderful speeches. And after that, I'll call upon the tag team to present their report. And at the end, I'll give my report on the entire meeting. I'm basically keeping track of what's going good, what we can do better going forward, and it will help to improve the quality of our meetings. So, Toastmaster Brijesh, I would like to call upon you to give the timing guidelines for the speech evaluations.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vishal. Hello, everyone. For speech evaluation, we have 2 to 3 minutes. I'll show green card at the end of 2 minutes, yellow card at the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at the end of 3 minutes. We have a 30-second grace period on both the sides for speech evaluation as well. So to qualify, you need to give your evaluation for at least 1 minute 30 seconds and at max 3 minutes 30 seconds. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Now, for our icebreaker speaker today, Toastmaster Darshita, I would like to call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Ashwin, to give the speech evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashwin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. Hello, Toastmasters, and esteemed guests, and my dear speaker, Darshita. Right from the beginning, she was very confident. Even before she started her speech, she made sure that she was audible, visible, and didn't show that nervousness of giving the icebreaker speech. So I would like to congratulate her for her first speech. Very well done, right? She started with her speech on that she delivered on Independence Day, and I could visualize her standing in front of people, and I could sense, I could feel what she should have undergone when she said that she forgot about the speech and there was a pause. There was a pin drop silence. That was a very good way of narrating a speech, and that shows that she is a very good storyteller. Further, she explained she told us about how she was invited as a chief guest to speak for a speech, to speak on an event, and that shows that she has an ability to fight back, improve upon her speech. She didn't had that discouragement from her first speech where she was silent for the time being. And then she told us about her journey from speaking on the Independence Day to the Toastmasters, to joining the Toastmasters. She also said that she was a bright student, and I'm sure she doesn't need any veracity about her exams in her answers in the exam. After hearing this speech, I have no doubt that she is a good public speaker. Now, if you ask me about the improvements, this was her first speech, and the purpose of the speech is to have a well-structured speech. Right? So, in the well-structured speech, there is a clear introduction, body, and then the conclusion. Now, she directly jumped on the speech that he gave on the Independence Day. If we have to follow this format, she could have started by greeting the people and telling that, okay, hello Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to talk about myself into this speech. And then started with her core content. That would have given the justification on having a clear introduction. Her body was good. The contents of the body was good. Conclusion, I think it was still missing. She could have quoted some good quotation from any person who inspires her, or have some punchline, because conclusion is what people will remember. Second point, she already identifies that she is a fast speaker. When she could have demonstrated, she could have paused when she said there was a pin drop silence, waited for 2 or 3 seconds. That would have given a clear effect of what she went through. Other than that, I think she can improve a bit upon adding more emotions. When she was nervous, she could have shown a little bit of sadness on her face. Overall, a very good speech. She can continue with her good storytelling ability. But if she can improve upon having a little bit of pause in her speech and with a good structure, then I think the speech can improve a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shreyans to give the evaluation for Toastmaster Arbaz. Over to you, Toastmaster Shreyans.
Yeah, so am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So good afternoon, everyone, once again. Yeah. So today we were fortunate to hear a speech about leadership, a subject that always both inspires and challenges. Leadership isn't about managing people. It's about guiding and motivating them towards a shared goal. Yeah. Our speaker today took us on a journey, offering their unique perspective on what makes a great leader, the qualities that embody, and the impact that they have on those who they lead. His speech has provided us with insight that I believe we can all apply in our daily lives, whether as leaders or in our workplaces or in also Toastmasters. Yeah. So the first thing that immediately caught my attention is the speaker's title, which was the C type leader. Yeah. So when I was thinking, yeah, so I when I was seeing the report, the form, yeah, I thought that, yeah, something special, Toastmaster Abbas will be also cooking something special. Yeah. So next, moving on to the interest part, that his speech was very intriguing. My eyes were glued to the Zoom's window and was waiting for the answers. He also maintained a good eye contact with the audience, which made us feel more involving into his speech. Now, moving on to the grammar usage, there were also good grammar usage like transcended, nuisance, and I also love the idiom used low hanging fruit. And now moving on to all the objective that he has to complete it. So it was the firstly he has to describe his or her own leadership style. So yeah, he did it very well. Of course, by creating his own style known as Type C leader. It can also be compared to the Type C chargers, which mean universal, that is, it can be applied everywhere. This leadership can be applied everywhere. Where he also took care of each of his cadets, a good word again, and also that how he knew all the strength and weaknesses of his team. So that's what we need in leadership. In leadership, veracity means always sticking to the truth and being accurate, which helps build trust and also respect among your team. Moving on to the next objective, which was humorous, where you made a pun around leadership styles in Toastmaster International. Yeah, it was indeed a good pun. Now coming on to the suggestion part. Every good speech can be made better, and a better speech can be made best. So for suggestion, I have two suggestions for you. Firstly, the objective mentioned that aspect of leadership in Toastmaster. So maybe you can just state something and also describe a simple leadership aspect that is present here. So I get there was a lag in that part. And also, your punchlines are excellent. Just wanted to say this, simply take a moment to let people absorb their meaning. So by giving some slow punchlines or so that people can also absorb that what do you want to say, and also it can have a long lasting effect on those punchlines. Overall, it was a scintillating speech and message was very clear, clean, straightforward. It also has a personal story aspect. I love the imagery. I love the body language, gestures, and the message. On a scale from 1 to 10, you are 11. Keep a good work. Over to you, Gender Evaluator. Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreyansh. All right. So now we'll move on to the second section of the general evaluation, which is the tag team report. For that, I would like to call upon our timer to give the timing report for both the speech evaluations. You're on mute time.
My bad. Sorry. Yeah, I adjusted the mic. Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vishal. I'll just share my screen. For speech evaluation, we have one elimination. Toastmaster Ashwin doesn't qualify because he took 3 minutes 58 seconds. Toastmaster Shreyansh qualifies. He took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh. Next, we move to our counter, Toastmaster Krupesh, to give the counter report.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. I'll start with my report. So, first of all, at a broader level, what is my observation is when you are presenting the prepared speeches or you are presenting the script which you have already practiced, the usage of unnecessary sounds was quite low. But when you are speaking in impromptu table topics, or when you are called upon by the exercises which Prashant made us do, and which were not part of the formal meeting, like certain debates or some question he asked us, we let go of our guards and we were in a casual frame of communication, and there the use of unnecessary sounds and phrases increases. So it is quite but natural, but yeah, as learners of public communication, we should try to reduce the use of unnecessary sounds and phrases in our casual conversations also. Second, if I were to check the veracity of the claim that veracity was the most used word in today's meeting, it is not true. The most frequent used words, no surprises there, were yeah and like and so it comes in our speech quite naturally and quite frequently. And one more observation on a lighter note, as the age of the speaker goes down, the number of yeah he has used goes up. So that's a note to our younger speakers that yeah is a cool word in communication with your friends, but maybe in Toastmaster we try to reduce the use of that particular word. With that, I will start my report person by person, starting with Toastmaster Misha. Was used twice and yeah was used once. So 3, a very decent score, not many unnecessary sounds and filler phrases used. Toastmaster Prashant, you have tendency to use yeah, and like many number of times, so you can improve upon that front. For Darshita, I must say kudos that her speech was flawless and I could not note down any of the unnecessary sounds or phrases. But when she was speaking table topics, she used the words rights and just as the filler words. Toastmaster Arbaz, as always, flawless, as not able to note down any unnecessary sound or phrase in your speech. But when you are speaking in table topic, you use first of all 2 times. So that is one thing you can improve upon. Brajesh, you have habit of using and quite number of times. So that's a note of observation for you. For Pratik, was used quite a number of times, and this usage of is quite frequent for most of us, all of us, because we are thinking, and if we are not able to come up with what exactly we want to say, we fill the silence with something like that. So that's an opportunity area for all of us. Amit, you also used word twice, and the right was used as a crutch word. Moving on to Toastmasters, Vishal, you used like, and really as some of the crutch words and filler sounds. Ashwin, your evaluation was flawless, so kudos for that. While talking on some other occasions, you used and. The rest all was quite smooth. Shreyans, by now you must have guessed that yeah is one area of opportunity for you, definitely for improvement. And so are the words so and so these are some opportunity areas for you. So with that, I end my evaluation as our counter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Krupesh. Now we move on to the last but not the least of the tag role player, Toastmaster Misha. Over to you for the grammarian report.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. Good afternoon, everyone. After listening to such amazing speeches, I'm ecstatic to share the grammarian report as I have a lot to share with you all. Being a grammarian is a role of responsibility as it always helps me learn new things and enhance my knowledge and listening skills. It is always fun to be a part of the meeting, to see such beautiful faces and hear such amazing speeches and table topic speeches filled with knowledge and philosophy. To begin with, I would like to appreciate the efforts taken by Toastmaster Brijesh, Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Ashwin, Toastmaster Shreyans, and Toastmaster Krupesh, who use the word of the day. I would specially like to mention Toastmaster Brijesh for using the word of the day most frequently and in the perfect context every time he used the word. So kudos to Toastmaster Brijesh for such a brilliant use of the word of the day. There was some very good usage of vocabulary, especially in speeches given by Toastmaster Darshita and very, very especially by Toastmaster Arbaz. His speeches are filled with a lot of very good vocabulary words, and I would like to mention a few. Maneuvering was used by Toastmaster Darshita. Tumultus actually, metaphors, nuances, readily, and a few other words by Toastmaster Arbaz: transcended, verge, devastated, pinnacle, construed, barbarian, apprehensive, juggernaut, paradigm, reverescence, topsy-turvy, minuscule, painstaking, autocratic, robust, culminated, imbibe, faltered. Also, others also good usage of vocabulary by other people: disservice, leverage, articulate, and intriguing. There were many more, but I have noted some which were pretty like attention-seeking, or which caught my attention, to be honest. Also, I have a report on few not so good usage, or rather, I would say the preferable usage of vocabulary and grammar For grammar, I would like to say gestures were used, but I heard someone say gesture. But I would like to reinstate, or I would like to say again, it's gestures and not gestures. Gestures. It's gestures. Also, what will this? Okay. Someone said, what will the society will be thinking? The correct or the preferable usage will be, what will the society think? Will was used twice by the person, which is incorrect. Also, someone said, what I already knew. It's actually what I already knew. No, and not new. And before I began and not begin. Sorry, before I begin and not began. So you're supposed to say before I begin and not before I began. Okay. Can communication alone is actually the preferable preferable phrase and not does communication alone. Because the context used was can communication alone. It's a question, can communication alone. So you are supposed to use that and not does communication alone. Okay. Someone said, what did you did? It's actually what did you do and not, you cannot use did twice. So what did you do? And a question, when you ask a question, it should always be in the first form of verb. Okay. Someone said, I am not agree. The correct or the preferable phrase is, I do not agree. I am is not correct and not preferred as well. And people often tend to use a word twice to make it more impactful, like big. So instead of saying big, you can say huge or humongous. Like because repeating a word does not increase the impact of the word. Rather, it sounds repetitive and takes away the style or the impact of your speech. So rather than saying big, you can say huge. Also, a hint and not an hint. A hint starts with H and an is used only for vowels. That is A-E-I-O-U. So a hint is correct and not an hint. Someone said they have been learned. The actual thing is that they have been learning. Whenever you use the word been, you always use the continuous form of verb. So ing is the continuous, learning, giving, saying, knowing. It's that how you say. Didn't had is incorrect. You say didn't have. Again, it's a negative word. When you use a negative word, you use the first form of verb have. So didn't have and not didn't had. Okay. Yeah, someone said jumped on. It's actually jumped to. We jump to points, we jump to conclusions and not jumped on. Jumped on is like you pounce on something. So jumped on is incorrect and not preferable. You always prefer you jump to conclusions or you jump to the beginning or you jump to the end. Someone said he has to completed. It's actually he has completed. To is not preferred and not correct as well. So with that, I end the report for the grammarian report for today. I hope I have been able to contribute something for all of you to learn and take away with you. I would thank all of you for being a patient listener, and please use the word of the day in your daily life more to enhance your vocabulary. Thank you so much and have a great day. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Misha. Now, if the polls are ready for the best evaluator and the best tag role player, we can launch them. In the meantime, I will present my feedback for the overall meeting, and I'll start off on how the meeting went in today's session, with the first person being the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Swapnali. So Toastmasters Swapnali, you started the meeting very nicely, and you had first and foremost thing, the Toastmasters mission was stated very clearly, and you also mentioned the guidelines of the meeting, which is in the online environment today. So overall, I believe you have done a good good job in the sergeant at arms role. Just one piece of recommendation from my side would be sergeant at arms is normally the person who makes sure that all the role players, everyone's on time. So it would be good to have the sergeant at arms also start the meeting on time. And also another observation that I had was there was a bit of confusion when you hand it over to the presiding officer. I believe you mentioned Toastmaster Misha and Toastmaster Prashant. So the sergeant at arms normally hands over to the presiding officer. So that is something you can be like mindful when you play the sergeant at arms in the next meeting. But overall, you did the job of the sergeant at arms pretty well. So kudos to you, so Toastmaster Swapnali. Then came in our presiding officer, Toastmaster Misha. As usual, she is high on energy and josh, and just seeing her on the screen, it just passes on that positive vibes, and we know that it's going to be a very good meeting. And as usual, she kicked off our meeting very nicely and very professionally. She handed over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day in a very enthusiastic manner. Just one thing, Toastmaster Misha, I didn't see any guests were being mentioned when you before you handed over to Toastmaster of the day. I'm not sure if we had or did not have any guests. No, okay, cool. But maybe just one thing we may just like to bring up as something that hope we don't have any guests, because I did notice there were a few people they did not have any tags against their names, so I was not really sure if they were a Toastmaster indeed or they were a guest. But that's something we can be mindful of going forward. But overall, brilliant job, Toastmaster Misha, of presiding officer. So kudos to you. Then we had our very own Toastmaster Prashant as the Toastmaster of the day, with his really amazing and interesting theme of exams, something which may give a jitters to a lot of us, especially in the school days. This jitters normally comes whenever we are not prepared, because this is something which I learned over a course of time, that you only feel nervous about something you're not very prepared upon. If you are pretty confident that you've done your preparation well, you are able to, you are looking forward to the exam. And if I think about it, of some of the people in my school who were like really good, I should always see them smiling before the exam. So I think it's just a preparation. But anyway, that's a different theme, a different thing. But this particular theme was a very connectable topic with all of us, because we all have given exams in our life, school, college, and even in a professional career, we are still sort of giving an exam. It could be in terms of a project, or in terms of a presentation. So I believe these so-called exams is a life learning thing. But what I really liked about Toastmaster Prashant is that he really made it a very interactive session, wherein he went ahead and asked everyone about their exam experiences, and everyone was very candid enough to even mention a lot of things on this platform. And of course, we all know, I know what happens, what goes on during the exams. uh, but yeah, I mean, everyone was very very honest to just admit it, that yeah, this is what used to happen. So I think that is like an honesty which is really good. Everyone was able to share that very openly. Also, Toastmaster Prashant, you then went ahead and had those reaction photos as well, asking everyone what kind of reaction these were, which I thought was pretty interesting, because everyone may have their own perspectives, right? So, and we did see that someone said something totally different to what Toastmaster of the day had in mind. So it's very good to have these perspectives from other people. It helps us understand other people in a very open manner. Uh, the one unique thing I liked about the theme Toastmaster Prashant is the debate session. So that was something very, very interesting. And you picked two people probably just randomly, and you gave a very, very good topic as well, wherein we all can talk upon, and both the parties presented very open and honest opinions. And I believe we should continue to have maybe debate sessions as well. This was a good start. So maybe if like any future themes would be nice to have something like this. It kind of like it is in sort of like a table topic in itself, but then at least when you have one side and the other person presenting the opposite side, then it really like allows you to like think on the feet and like get more creative and come up with ideas to counteract that argument. So I think that was a brilliant thing that you added in the uh, in your theme. Overall, it was a great, a very interactive session, and of course, the selection of the theme was brilliant as well. Just one thing I felt, Toastmaster Prashant, I think during Toast table topic session, we just uh, did, I think, a polling or something like that, right? So maybe if that can be planned in a way that there's no interruption of anything while like a table topic was going on, because then it may just like obstruct the flow of the meeting. So something we can like plan it out in a better way, so that will take care of it. But overall, a brilliant job done, Toastmaster Prashant. So kudos to you. Then we'll start with the tag team player. First, I'll start off with Toastmaster Misha, who was double hatting today. As usual, she explained the guidelines amazingly well. The selection of the word of the day, veracity, was great because I it was used quite a lot during today's meeting. So that was like really great, even for everyone to take up that word of the day, and even that was mentioned in the chat, so that was a good thing as well. So it had an example as well, so how it could be used. And we saw in today's meeting, Toastmaster Brijesh, for example, he used it like perfectly in all the occasions. So it's a good learning for every one of us, and having that example there really helps so that we know in what context it's been used. And as usual, you gave a very detailed report on all the good usage and what can be improved going forward in terms of grammar. And Toastmaster Misha, honestly, like, you are the best grammarian we have in the house, and a very comprehensive report as usual you've given today. So like a brilliant job done. Next, we have Toastmaster Brijesh, who did the timer role today. He also explained the timing guidelines perfectly well. He clearly mentioned the qualifying time, the target time, and the maximum time that's allocated to the speaker, which gives a very good clarity to the prepared speakers. Also, he shared the virtual timer cards on the screen, which gives a good visual indicator to everyone. And I like the fact that you did the switch between the timer Toastmaster Brijesh and the table topic master Brijesh. So that was done pretty well. And overall, Toastmaster Brijesh, you've done like a great job in double hatting, like both table topic as well as doing the timer role. So kudos to you. Then we have our R counter, Toastmaster Krupesh. You also explained the R counter guidelines very smoothly and clearly, and your R counter report was also like quite comprehensive. Maybe just one recommendation from my side would be to have the R counter report shared in a table format. You can just have it in an Excel or something. There's an inbuilt template which is there, and you can just have numbers against how many people have had how many R's and ums. Normally we count up till 5, and then anything above 5 we'll just put out like a 5 plus. And I think we all can just go there, and we all can understand ourselves that that is the area of improvement. But having said that, like, you also did your job really well, and yeah, like, kudos to you as well, Toastmaster Krupesh. Now we move on to our first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Darshita, and the evaluation done by Toastmaster Ashwin. So Toastmaster Darshita, like, your speech, I felt was a very relatable speech. We all have been there on a platform wherein we have struggled either for words or we've like frozen on the stage. But what I really liked about you is, like, you also taken action so that you recognize that and you want to improve, which is like a brilliant thing. And this is the icebreaker, and you have really broken the ice. So I wish you all the best for your future speeches. Just one piece of improvement or suggestion that I have, which also Toastmaster Ashwin picked as well. You mentioned in your speech as well that you tend to speak very fast. So try to have a focus on that, because that is an area of improvement which you mentioned that you really want to focus on. So try to pace your speech in such a way that you take pauses, you breathe in between when you're delivering your speeches. This will actually create a habit, and once you deliver the speech over and over, your your pace of the speech will automatically just become very normal. So also Toastmaster Ashwin, you did a great job in evaluating Toastmaster Darshita's speech and gave a very comprehensive analysis. Anoli did go a bit deep and mentioned a few things that she can improve upon, but I think she's already broken the ice by giving the icebreaker speech, and we all need to motivate her to do better. So yeah, Toastmaster Darshita, just take the feedback with a pinch of salt, and like I said, just take one step at a time, and believe me, like you'll really get better and better at it. So overall, fantastic, speech by icebreaker speaker Darshita, and equally good evaluation done by Toastmaster Ashwin. So kudos to both of you. Then we have our second speech, Toastmaster Arbaz, and the evaluation done by Toastmaster Shreyans. So Toastmaster Arbaz, honestly, like whenever I see your name in as a speaker, I always look forward to it, because you really have that command, whenever you give a speech, you're extremely confident. Your gestures, your voice modulation is like extremely good, and you have a very good command over English. I do recall a Toastmaster Misha also spent a good few seconds going over how good your vocabulary is. So that's like brilliant, Toastmaster Arbaz. I think even I have lots to learn from you. And like I mentioned, your speech was like amazing, and Toastmaster Shreyans has done a really good evaluation as well, capturing all the details of your speech, be it those examples that you shared with your speech, and everything. Overall, a brilliant speech, Toastmaster Arbaz, and an equally good evaluation done by Toastmaster Shreyans. So great job to both of you. Last but not our least, the Toastmaster table topic master, Toastmaster Brijesh. I mean, honestly, Toastmaster Brijesh, you pretty much have the table topic session at the back of your mind. Sometimes I feel even if we wake you up in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, Toastmaster Brijesh, you have to conduct this table topic," I think you just do it without any preparation. So it's just so flawless that you are doing this role as if it's like your second nature. And I really like the fact that you aligned the topics with the theme of our meeting. So that was great. And the best part that I like about your table topic is that after each and every table topic, you go ahead and give a minute or so, actually giving your take on that topic, which is a brilliant quality to have. That is something which I really personally admire. So it was a fabulous table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Brijesh. So great job. Some general feedback about the meeting. We, like already mentioned, we started about 5 minutes late, and since we are in the online environment, I think we should try to make it a practice for everyone, especially the role bearers, to join at least 5 minutes before, if not more, to kind of just be there and make sure we start the meeting on time. This is just in the interest of everyone, because it's a Sunday and it's a holiday, so we just need to be mindful that we start and conclude the meeting on time. Also, a shout out to our two double hatting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Misha and Toastmaster Brijesh, like veteran Toastmasters. I think you guys have no issues. Like I said, just wake you up on Sunday morning and say, "Hey, there's one more role you guys need to play," and you guys will be up for it. So that's brilliant quality. And yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. I really enjoyed today's meeting, and very interactive, overall a fantastic meeting. And with that, I'd like to hand it back over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prashant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal, for this detailed evaluation, and we will surely make sure to improve upon those evaluation points. And just to conclude, now as we discussed during the whole meeting, there are both good and bad sides to exams. So it all depends on your attitude towards it. So I think we should try to use them to our advantage and try to learn from our failures instead of getting pushed into depression and suicidal thoughts. And regarding education also, I think education is not only about like getting good jobs and good money, but like there are also other things to learn there, like the importance of friendship, morals, and like things like cleanliness, like saving your planet, etiquettes, etc. So I'm very hopeful with more and more awareness in the education system. The education system will surely change for good. So with this, I would like to thank all the members of the club present today for participating so actively and making this meeting such an interactive one. I hope everyone enjoyed the meeting, and thank you everyone for this. And I would like to hand over to our presiding officer, Misha, now for the closing remarks. Over to you, Misha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prashant, and kudos to you on organizing such a brilliant session. We all have had a lot of fun, and it took me back to memory lane because I reminisced a lot of memories. I remembered a lot of things I used to do, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope everyone did. It was a brilliant session filled with fun and learning as well. The best thing about our Toastmasters meeting is it is fun, but we get to learn a lot in every meeting. And I want to applaud everybody for their efforts and their time, for taking out their time and spending their time with us and giving us their inputs on how to make this meeting a better one. So thank you so much. So now I think we have the results ready for the polls. Do we have all the results ready?
Yeah, Misha, just a last poll is remaining. I'm about to launch it. Yeah.
Okay, so in the meanwhile, I would like to ask Toastmaster Prateek. Hi, Toastmaster Prateek.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, so how was your experience with the meeting, and when do we get to see you taking up roles and giving your icebreaker?
Sorry.
Okay. I think there's some problem with the network.
Misha, we can hear you. Like maybe.
Okay. Yeah, if Prateek's screen froze, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shut
Prateek?
down. I think it's
No,
causing
that's
some
okay. You
network
can just
disturbance.
you can just talk if keeping on the
Yeah.
camera is causing me some hassle.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good session. I had a lot of learnings throughout the session. I'm getting used to this format. This was my second Toastmaster meeting. So I really enjoyed how the rules are being played and how the conversation is kept interactive, how the evaluation is being done. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to having my first icebreaker speech soon.
We would love to see you taking speeches and roles in the meeting. And we already see a great Toastmaster for the future. So please do join and please not join us for the meeting, but please do take up roles as well, because we are always looking to get new people to take up roles so that they get to learn more. We are always there to help you. So all the very best, Prateek. And Toastmaster Darshita, kudos on the icebreaker. I hope you don't stop here and keep giving more and more speeches. We are always there to help you, and you were brilliant. You spoke very well, and we hope to see more of you. And please take up roles as well. And I hope to see you evaluating someday, not just giving speeches, but taking up roles and being evaluators as well. So all the very best to you. And Prashant, are we ready with the polls?
Yes, yes, Misha. So I will be announcing the awards.
Sure. Over to you, Toastmaster Prashant.
Yeah, thank you, Misha. So the award for the best prepared speaker. Any guesses?
Arbaz?
Any more guesses?
Darshita. Only two guesses.
Yeah, so it's Toastmaster Darshita.
Congratulations, Darshita.
Thank you.
Okay. Now the next one, the best table topic speaker. Any guesses?
Arbaz?
Arbaz, Toastmaster Arbaz.
Yes, yes, absolutely right. It's Toastmaster Arbaz. A round of applause for him.
Congratulations, Arbaz.
Yes. And then comes the best tag role player.
Toastmaster Misha. No guesses, nothing. Toast is directly Toastmaster Misha.
That was effortless. Yeah, that's true. It's Toastmaster Misha. Congrats to you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
And the last one is the best of big three. So any guesses for this?
Toastmaster
Prashant.
Master Prashant.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's correct. It's me. So congratulations to me.
Shreyansh, that's good backgrounds going on there. Huh?
Yeah.
Even I like the effects.
Yeah, so for each
Hearts and balloons.
Yeah, so it can also be triggered like this. Wait, it's
Yeah,
not
really
happening.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Okay, Misha. So yeah, the poll results are done. So back to you
Okay,
again.
so thank you so much. We are now open to discussion. If anyone wants to say anything, we are more than happy to have their thoughts and inputs.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah.
yeah, so sorry, you can continue after
No,
that.
please go ahead.
Prashant,
Please
we
go
can
ahead.
stop
Shreyansh.
the YouTube live stream.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
we will
sure.
be watching today's India versus Australia.
Okay.
I won't be watching because of my